Kia ora koutou katoa. Ko Duncan Webb toka wingua. And look, first of all, welcome to Christchurch. I know many people have travelled from a distance to come here. This is a great building, but it's even better outside. So make sure you do get a breath of fresh air. The Otokara Avon River's that way. There's a beautiful terrace, lots going on. So that's the first thing, to give my beautiful city a shout out. But also, I just want to say what a privilege it is to be here, to open this really important conference. I connected with Anka just on general issues around what's going on, and she said, well, we're having a conference, and then invited me to open it and say a few short words. And I can't think of a better conference to open, and something that we need to do more about in New Zealand. And I do think, and as you noted, we've done some work in conversion therapy in government, but government's got a real role to play here. And sometimes I think members of Parliament like myself don't quite understand the depth and breadth of the issue around cults in New Zealand, and the fact, as I was chatting in the hall earlier, that a lot of the support that goes on and the advocacy is done not by government but by people in their own time when they've got another job, and we need to do better there. And I do think we need to recognise that whilst religious freedom is a really important human right, it's not a right to oppress, and it's not a right to abuse, and that's something we need to fully understand. And I'm actually going to stick around and listen to as much of the conference as I can, because I think it's a really important topic. I think one of the things we don't understand, and I say that we being someone who's not immersed into what cults are and what we need to do about them, is just how nuanced it is and how many grey areas there are, and that it's so hard to draw a line between what is an unusual religious practice and what's just outright wrong. And I'm really interested to listen and have that conversation. But so important that there's people here who do speak out on those things, because speaking out is how we make change and how we look after people. And the expertise and advocacy in this room is so important. And I think it's so important that we've come together, and it was interesting to see people's eyes light up as they met people they'd seen online or had corresponded with, and all of a sudden we hear in person. And there's something so much more important and immediate about communicating in person and making those connections and sharing, I think, those experiences. I just do want to recognise the dangers of kind of glamorising and the voyeurism that goes on around cults. And I'm always concerned when I see a documentary and it's got all of these unusual situations going on and people love watching it. And it becomes kind of entertainment. I think that's a real danger in this space. We've got to recognise that it's not amusing, it's not quaint, it's actually just harm. And that's just something I think we've always got to bear in mind, that people who are the victims of cults they're actually real human beings who deserve to lead full and flourishing lives outside of those oppressive institutions. And so I just also want to recognise those people who leave cults and the strength of character that they've shown. I mean, I guess it's not unusual in some ways to find yourself in an institution which you kind of slowly become acclimatised to, but the truly extraordinary thing, and I do want to recognise those people here, the truly extraordinary thing is when people can stand back and see that it's wrong. They get the resources within themselves and from around them to leave. So I want to recognise those people who've left an oppressive situation and now are here to share their experiences or give support to others. So that's a truly extraordinary thing, and I recognise and celebrate it. But welcome to Christchurch. Do good work, enjoy yourselves, and connect well. Keep up the good work. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.